You know what else starts with an M?
Magnus. What?
It's like I was gonna do the my mom thing, but like
Oh. My second answer was gonna be Mamoru Oshii, the director for this movie.
so this week we're talking about Ghost in the Shell.
One of my
1995 film parentheses. That's how I have to look at it at Wikipedia because there's so many Ghost in the Shell like Wikipedia pages
Oh yeah.
that I have to specifically find the one for this release of the film that we watched.
There's like a lot of media related to Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in
And-
the Shell is a 1995. Specifically, what we're talking about today is a 1995 Japanese animated tech noir cyberpunk action thriller film directed by Mamoru Oshii from a screenplay by Kazunori Ito based on a 1989 manga by Masamune Shiro.
Which I will say I'm really
butchering all of that.
I'm really excited this summer that we are gonna get
this summer.
we're gonna get a movie adaptation.
We're
that's
gonna
faithful-
get-
shut the fuck up. We're gonna get a faithful to the manga movie adaptation, but I will say I do love
Wait, of this?
yeah, because this is not accurate to the manga. The manga has a lot more humor, and it was an intentional choice to make this movie more philosophical.
No, I understand that. I was
And-
just confused because we're talking about this. Ghost
Right,
in the
right.
Shell is getting another release
Yes,
this year,
this year,
2026.
2026, they are making a movie
Another one.
that is accurate to the manga. Yes,
Okay, I'm gonna count how many while you talk about that. How many does that make? There's so fucking many.
I know there.
now.
Well, because there's the standalone complex anime. Then I mean, with this movie, there's two different versions. There's the fucking abysmal live action with Scarlett Johansson that was just awful.
There's
like-
6 movies, about to be 7. There's a web series. There's 3 animated series, 1 television film, and then 3 direct-to-video movies, which brings that up to
I need to see more of. I need to just watch the entire
God damn.
franchise.
There's 2 theatrical plays.
Oh, that sounds good actually.
There's 2
I've been meaning to watch
fucking
more
theatrical
plays.
plays of Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell, Arise, Ghost is Alive.
I do like the Arise movies. I haven't seen them in a while,
then-
but they're great.
VR, no, the Ghost in the Shell 2020. It's still running. Oh, we can go watch that. And then there are several video game adaptations. So basically, big franchise.
And still no inclusion of Fortnite. Fucking bullshit.
And we still don't have Lieutenant,
Motoko Kusanagi.
thank you, Kusanagi in Fortnite, which is disgraceful.
You know that meme? I love you in every universe. Like high key me with Kusanagi. Like all the portrayals that I've seen, Kusanagi's just a badass character. I liked her the most in Standalone Complex, but this movie is fantastic. I love the strong silence that she exudes, and you know the
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the scene in the end with like the fucking tank thing, and I'm just like, how
Oh,
did they do that in live action? 'Cause
terribly.
I haven't even looked at clips of the live action version, and I'm thinking back to this movie, and I'm like, so yeah, like what the fuck did they do for that?
Yeah, instead of having like a bunch of wires and having it look like incredible,
just like all CGI.
it looks like just jelly muscle. Just
No, I'm not talking about like the whole like that scene. I just mean in general.
it's well, I mean, yeah, it's CGI.
I just mean like in general. I'm like, okay, like are we doing that on a sound stage? Like with what kind of set pieces and what kind of green screen? What is where? I'm just like, how are you doing all this realistically live action? And the answer, like you just said, is probably just CGI.
It's very lackluster too. Like the scene was not as intense
Okay.
as in this movie, and also I was just like, really, Scarlett Johansson? Like they cast an Asian woman for Kusanagi, but they were like, yeah, but she lost her body, and we put her in the body of this white woman, and I was like, okay, like
All right. So anyway, set in 2029. Whoa, that's 3 years from now. In the fictional Newport City. Newport City? Is that where they invented Newport cigarettes?
In 2029, yes. That's
those are the cigarettes that they're all Newports in the movie.
Where is Newport? It's in America, but I can't.
I don't fucking know. Probably in Jersey. Sounds like someplace in Jersey. No, that's Newark. That is Newark. I'm thinking of Newark. I'm making the association.
It is a city, right?
Newark?
No, Newport.
Oh, no. I think it's just a cigarette.
I don't know enough about cigarettes.
Brother, I don't know enough about American geography.
That too.
Anyway, Newport City follows Major Motoko Kusanagi, a cyborg public security agent who hunts an enigmatic hacker/ghost known as the Puppet Master. The narrative incorporates philosophical themes that focus on self and identity in a technologically advanced world. The music, composed by Kenji Kawai, includes vocals in classical Japanese, which are very creepy, and I'll talk about that. The film's visuals were created through a combination of traditional cell animation and CGI. It looks pretty good, the blending that they were doing.
It's the first movie to do the DGI, like that blend. This was the first movie to do that, and it was like at the time.
Was it the first?
According to the Wikipedia.
Was it the first?
What I looked up. The way that they did the effects for like, what's it called?
When did Treasure Planet come out?
Early.
When did the American version of this come out? When did Treasure Planet come
I don't
out?
think Treasure Planet was animated the same way.
DGI?
Yeah.
Yeah, with cell and CGI, yeah. That's why Treasure Planet was such like
it was great.
A risk. Because they're just
it was the first to do so. It lines up with the theme of blending organic and synthetic.
Listen, man, I just want white people to have everything. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Hey, calm your Croatian side right the fuck now. You fucking put that baby to bed. You put it up for adoption. You don't. Fucking. Why?
That was like the worst thing that could have come out of my mouth, too.
One of.
I should have kept going.
No. Fucking chill. Chill out, white boy. Don't get too zesty.
So anyway, positive reviews. Kirk's praised the narrative, visuals, and musical score. Film was initially considered a box office failure, developing a cult following in home video.
I need the
Since
VHS
then,
of this.
Has grown in esteem and is now considered one of the greatest anime and science fiction films of all time. And then there's like 3 footnotes where they're sourcing that from. I'm gonna have to double check that.
I will say James Cameron extolled this film.
He stole it.
Extolled.
Praised.
Praised.
Oh.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
He stole it. Avatar, that's just Ghost in the Shell.
It was inspired. And so were the Wachowski sisters.
Listen. Can it be considered one of the greatest science fiction films of all time if Frank had not seen it?
Your dad hasn't seen this
My dad
movie?
refuses to watch anything animated.
Why?
Because it's a cartoon, and cartoons are for children.
That's a boomer.
Yeah, it's a boomer
Frank, if you're watching
take.
this,
it's a boomer take.
Sir, you're missing the fuck out.
He's a boomer.
Immensely.
Yeah, it's a boomer take. I convinced him to watch Invincible, but just the first season. And then the second season, he just didn't pick it back up when it came out. He's just not into animated stuff. He watched Shrek. He likes Shrek.
It's fair. Everybody likes Shrek. No, with this movie, so like I weirdly grew up as a kid enjoying really dense philosophical anime, and the 2 that I remember the most clearly was this and then Dot Hack Sign, which I need to rewatch. I don't know if that's considered sci-fi and if to put it on the list of like the TV shows we'll eventually get to.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first, like, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't the first isekai, but it was the first, like, oh no, I'm trapped in a video game. And
you die in the game, you die for real.
I mean, yeah. No, Dot Hack Sign is so good, but
I like how the
dense.
next part of this Wikipedia is exactly what you said. It's like, yeah, the Wachowskis and James Cameron. So you already said that. Yeah, people like this movie.
This is a must-watch. Like, if you're getting into anime and you want to know a good place to start, a good movie that really shows you, like, that anime is like a serious.
Don't
art form.
watch 2.0, which is the 2008 re-release with new digital effects and stuff.
The CGI was
Don't
not
watch
good.
that.
I did not like it. It really pulled me out. The way that this
Also, don't watch the 2017 live action starring Scarlett Johansson.
it's really not worth it. It's really not worth like even like for entertainment value. Like I watched it and like
I'm gonna be very real with you. My dad, hey dad, is probably gonna watch that.
it's just
He's probably gonna just watch that version.
it's just not good. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like I don't remember specifics except the tank scene that they butchered and one non-binary lesbian sex scene that was just kind of
There's a sex scene in the movie.
yeah, and I think
There's
it was
no
supposed
sex in this movie.
yeah, right. And I think it was supposed to symbolize like the longing for connection in the live action. And like with this like cuz this movie
I'm like, this movie has no sexual like
Except-
undertones
which-
at all.
a lot of like nudity, but
Well, it's like nudity because she's
Right.
a robot and she doesn't have nipples and like it looks like an outer like skin.
yeah,
Like-
yeah, and like but like I love that there's no sexualization
Yeah, there's
in this
none.
movie.
Yeah.
It's great.
So the fact that you just told me that there's a sex scene in the live action version is kind of appalling. It's like, why did
Yeah.
y'all do like what why is that there? I'm confused story wise as to where that fits into the plot. It's like,
I kind
where
of
does a sex scene fit into this movie? Because it doesn't.
I get why they put it in there and what it was supposed to symbolize. It wasn't like a super graphic like,
Understanding it doesn't mean it makes sense.
yeah, I just didn't I don't know. Which is funny because in the manga there is a version where Batosai like plugs in to call Kusanagi and she's in the middle of like a lesbian orgy over like virtual I don't know, it was like VR or something like that. So like the manga does have like some sex stuff.
But it's not related to the plot.
Yeah. It's just, it's a bit. It's a bit.
Yeah.
You know, and like because the manga is funny, and this one is I mean obviously it's like devoid of humor. Like
Yeah, this is like
this movie's
you
not
can find humor in moments,
right.
but like it's not a humorous movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and I really like just the tone of this, like how existential this movie gets into, and thematically how, just this whole idea that you can have your entire life fabricated and implanted. Like there's horror in this movie,
Oh, yeah.
realistic horror, especially like with Neuralink and people like, yeah, I would love a chip in my brain. I'm like,
no,
motherfucker, have you
Penguin Zero,
Flipper Zero.
Flipper, Penguins.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, dude, I don't want someone to be able to hack into my brain. Like the thought of like thoughts that aren't my own being like in there is just terrifying. Which I do sci-fi in general has this capacity to be just so horrific. Like you remember you've seen the movie Looper, right?
Not in a while.
Okay. Fucking also black screen.
Watch. I'm gonna get up.
Is it gonna fix it? Is it gonna...
I literally just looked at it, and it's again, it's perfectly fine over here. I don't know why OBS decides to like not run the camera for some reason.
Okay, it's back. It's back.
it does that for
back.
For no reason.
But to go back to Looper, which if anybody watching that hasn't seen Looper, it's an amazing movie with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Anyway, there's that scene where the future version runs away, and they get the past version of the guy, and they start amputating fingers, and you just see the future guy like stuff's just disappearing, and like his fingers, his nose, his feet, and stuff like that, and like the idea of like butchering a past version to impact the future version is such a horrific sci-fi concept. And like watching that executed, like I've noticed like a bunch of different sci-fi movies will sometimes have shit that's just
I mean, yeah, we
scary
get
as
that
fuck.
concept if we kill them in the past, but it's never like a hey, if we do this in the past, we can identify them in the future.
right.
kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, that's new. So yeah, this movie had a budget of 330 million yen, which is just like $300 American dollars.
Which I'm sure went into that opening scene where they're creating her like body, which took a year to animate. The shelling scene, which absolutely incredible. Just like that's art,
Yes. Yes, it is. Anything else about production before I start reading this plot?
So, yeah, the movie and the setting was it was influenced by Blade Runner. I never felt like it was a ripoff at any point, though. I never felt like, oh, this is clearly just ripping off.
Clearly,
Blade
this is
Runner.
just a woman Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I never felt
Obviously.
like this movie feels it's very original. It's one of the most iconic anime movies ever made, and also the tech aesthetic in it was purposely made to look like, oh yeah, the future can definitely evolve into looking something like this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like what Nolan did a little bit with making his Batman more grounded. And yeah, that was it I wanted to say about the production.
I hate how you were just like, yeah, just how Nolan wanted to make his Batman more grounded. Did you write that down? Or did you just say
somewhere in here I did write that because I did kind of like, yeah, this. I think I read that comparison. I was like, no, I see it. Why? Do you hate when I talk about Nolan?
I just hate it when people glaze Nolan.
Look, motherfucker. The guy,
He's impactful and he's good, but it's like,
we watched Tenet together. You love Tenet.
yeah. And I'm not saying he's not bad at what he does. I just don't like it when people jerk him off so much. It's just so frequent.
It's because you haven't seen Interstellar.
And I don't have to.
We're gonna watch it at one
Yeah,
point.
now you're gonna force me through the show
Yes,
to watch
dude, it's so
Interstellar.
good. The only thing that I'm not looking forward to us watching that like movie, especially during the watch along, I'm gonna fucking cry. At one point, I'm just gonna be looking away and covering my face because like there's one scene that's
Oh, a little pussy baby
yeah,
covering your face instead of looking dead into the camera crying like I will.
I don't.
Scared of showing your emotions, pussy.
I don't know
Scared
what
of
it
showing
is.
your emotions, pussy. You
I-
scared to cry, bitch.
I'm not scared to cry. I just don't want anybody like to look at me while I cry.
Yeah, that's weak.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. I'm a little insecure about. I'm kind of.
I'm trying to toxic man you into being
More vulnerable?
more vulnerable.
No,
man.
look, vulnerability is fine and should be accepted for everyone but me. I need to not be a pussy. Though, like, Ira and I will be watching, like, we were watching the One Piece live action, and it's like the Chopper scene where he's crying because he lost his mentor. You need to watch season 2. Anyway, sad moment, tiny reindeer crying. I'm fucking telling Ira, like, you fucking look at me. I'm going to flick you in the eye. I'm crying right now, and I don't want to be.
Such a toxic man trait.
I don't want to be perceived while I'm crying. I don't know what it is. I feel very vulnerable.
Yeah,
Like,
crying's
don't
a
look at me.
vulnerable thing.
Don't look at me.
Pussy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not wanting to cry in front of people.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I want to put on the saddest.
I like how I'm being like the most toxic man possible, but just pushing you towards positivity.
Look,
In
like
my
I
own
said, I
dumbass
think
way.
I show my other emotions. That's the one thing that I feel self-conscious about.
I cry all the fucking time.
I'm aware. Fucking. You should find like a stage play of Crybaby and just like try out for it.
Don't know what you're talking about. But
That
okay.
movie with Johnny Depp.
Don't know what you're.
Okay, I'll send you a trailer to it.
Anyway, Ghost in the Shell. So the opening scene, like he just said, is like big CGI, and they're like making the lieutenant. So in 2029, with the advancement of cybernetic technology, the human body could be augmented or even completely replaced with cybernetic parts. Another significant achievement is the cyber brain. Sorry for burping. A mechanical casing for the human brain that allows access to the internet and other networks, as an often mentioned term is ghost, referring to the consciousness inhabiting the body, the shell. Ghost in the Shell. Oh, that's the name of the movie.
Yes.
Oh, I keep calling her Lieutenant Major. Major Kusanagi is an assault team leader for Public Security Section 9 of the futuristic Newport City in Japan. Following a request from Nakamura, chief of Section 6, she successfully assassinates a diplomat of a foreign country to prevent a programmer named Data from defecting, and Data is spelled D-A-I-T-A.
Dude, her dropping out of the window and going invisible.
Yeah, that's the
like,
scene that I'm sure everyone has like seen a clip of.
Yeah.
It's of the naked woman where she's invisible, and then not invisible. She busts in through the window and starts fucking gadding people, which is blah 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 blah. It's that scene. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's one of the most iconic scenes in anime history, in my opinion, and I'm sure many others. And I just I can't stop.
It's like the
glazing.
Akira slide.
Yeah,
People use that as like a reference.
Yeah, and also like just the painted backdrops, the art, like it looks like I really wish anime would look more like that again. I know that's a little bit of a boomer take of my own. It used to look better in the past. It was, but it did. It fucking did.
It used to look better. This whole first section does a really good job of like setting the tone of what we're about to get into as well, of introducing us to Kusanagi and her relationship with the lieutenant, since she's a major ? The dude that we're gonna get introduced to later. His name starts with a B, I think.
Batosai.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then after the whole assassination thing, the little politic bullshit that we get right after, like, is a really good indicator of like, okay, this is what we're gonna get into. This is like almost a spy thriller as well.
No, it definitely focuses on espionage and it's a political thriller as well as
yes,
sci-fi.
Absolutely.
Like I do think it's but also cyberpunk in general is political. Like it's
anyway. So, the foreign minister's interpreting is ghost hacked, presumably to assassinate VIPs in an upcoming meeting. Believing the predator to be the mysterious puppet master, Kusanagi's team follows the traced telephone calls that sent the virus. After a chase, they capture a garbage man and a thug. However, both are only ghost-hacked individuals with no knowledge of the puppet master, so the investigation again comes to a dead end.
I don't like that the Wikipedia doesn't say in the coolest fucking fight scene.
I was about to say it glosses it literally just says what happens. So what does happen? We get introduced to like her team. So we've got a dude with the only implant he has is like their Neuralink, so he can comm with them.
Yeah. Oh, I love Togusa's like one of my favorite guys.
Thank you.
Mostly because
why are we black screened again? God damn it! We need to, and by we I need see it. I threaten it, and then.
So I like and agree with Togusa using a revolver. I love revolvers. I love that he uses a revolver. That is one of my. He's also really cool in the show. I really like. His centric episodes in Standalone Complex, but also like them like following behind, and also like them the garbage man, right, who's hacking into his ex-wife.
Yeah, like, the whole thing that he thinks he's doing. So there's a garbage guy who thinks that he's hacking into his ex-wife's like home phone system to like do some bullshit to see his daughter.
Yeah, which if I was the other guy, I'd be like, dude, like this is not fucking chill. Don't, what the fuck?
The other garbage guy is just like, you're slowing us down, bro. I just want to go home.
I don't care about you being a stalker.
Yeah,
I care about you adding hours to my day. Like
it's crazy. And then when the truck eventually stops, and he's like, this is a picture of my daughter. It's a picture of him and his dog.
Yeah, like
you see that his ghost his consciousness was like.
Well,
hacked.
you find that out in the interrogation. We'll get to the interrogation, but I want to focus on like when.
Well, we already know that because I said it.
Oh yeah. Like, but when they're like when Kusanagi's fighting like the thug,
and then the thug that we're chasing, who was also ghost hacked.
Yeah, like him realizing it, her breaking his arm. Also, my favorite part of that fight is where she's standing and you see her shadow, but not her, and the water bending around like her legs.
Why are you doing
I don't know why. Also, every scene where we see like during the chase scene, before they get to the thug, just the shots of the city, just gorgeous to look at. You know, like it makes me the city I know was inspired by Hong Kong. One of these days, I really want to go visit Hong Kong and just see kind of what the real life version of that looks like in person. And then going to the...
I do during that whole little chase scene, the whole atmosphere that's created, and like you just said, just the entire environment that's being set up, the whole wetness and the whole future. Like you said, it's like Hong Kong and like that area. So I just really enjoy all of that, like you just said. And now,
Yeah, it's one of my favorite like aesthetics, like the cyberpunk dystopic city. Don't get me wrong, fucking do not want the future to look like that. Would really prefer like a solar punk-esque future or a Fruta Guerrero future where everything's just kind of like a good blend of nature and technology. But like this looks cool. This looks
it
good.
does. So anyway,
Yeah.
so Megatech, a shell manufacturer with suspected close ties to the government, is hacked and assembles a shell.
Oh wait. Before that, the
Yeah.
interrogation scene.
Oh yeah, they have an
So,
interrogation.
The despair in his face when
Oh,
he
yeah.
realizes, like that part really kind of like shook me even as a kid when I watched this, because like the whole, just the idea, and
It's
like I
yeah,
said,
you were just fed a whole fake life, and that's the only memory that you have, and it's all fabricated now.
it reminds me. So it's a true life story, right, of this guy who he had a beautiful family, a wife and kid, and like one day he just sees this fucking lamp in his living room that he obsesses over because it's like you walk into your apartment and you're just like, why the fuck is there a PS1 graphic lamp in my living room? Why does it look like that? It looks literally like I'm looking at a PS1 rendering of something. And he was obsessed over it. Like he was kind of getting estranged from his wife and daughter in the house because he's just like focused on it. And then one day he goes up to it and he touches it and he wakes up, like, and it's been like 10 seconds after he just got fucking clocked in the head really hard by this other guy. And he had to go to therapy because like he remembers his wife and kid, like he remembers the life that he had. And
yeah, it's like there's a whole like, it's like when you dream and your subconscious just
oh fuck,
like
dude.
fucking goes crazy, and you're just in whatever reality that it has created.
Yeah, have you ever woken up from those dreams and you need a few seconds to just adjust back to like
You're
what
just
your
like-
reality? You're like, I'm not married. I'm not.
I'm like, that life isn't real. What's going on? I have no idea. I think I said it last week. Yeah, I did say it on the Godzilla episode where I literally had a dream. It was very realistic. Like literal nightmare that Godzilla was attacking.
Oh shit.
And I had to realistically like bug out and like avoid him.
I don't even.
And I had to go into work the next day at 7 a.m. And they're like, Greg, you look really tired. And I'm like, dude, I did not sleep well. I had a terrible nightmare. They're like, what happened? I'm like, Godzilla was attacking.
I hate that if there was a kaiju attack, I'd have to go into work the next day. Like nothing, which like that's why like the UN's like, we're at risk of global war. Like I still gotta fucking go in. We get hit by a nuke, like I'm going into work because they're gonna be like, yeah, how does that affect you? Did the nuke hit you? No, you can work.
Anyway, so Megatech body, a shell manufacturer with suspected close ties. They make a thing, and then they make a shell, and then the shell escapes, and then it gets hit by a truck, and then they pick it up. Section 9 picks it up, and they're like, hey, what the fuck is this thing? As Section 9 examines the shell, they find a human ghost inside it. There's a ghost inside this shell that was made and escaped. Unexpectedly, Section 6's Department Chief Nakamura arrives to reclaim the shell with a permit from the foreign minister.
Did the Wikipedia skip the whole boat scene?
Yes.
Okay.
It skips the whole boat scene.
So I definitely want to talk about.
So
the boat scene.
there's a scene after the interrogation where Kusanagi and other cybernetic homeboy,
Batosai.
thank you, are out. She's scuba diving.
Yeah, and I like her talking about how like she acknowledges like the risk, like
Yeah, 'cause
she'll just
he's-
sink if
Because
that-
they're robots, essentially. They're people inside robot bodies. They're talking about how they don't own their bodies anymore.
and yeah
they're
and, like,
literally owned by the government.
yeah and it really kind of made me feel like that draw a parallel between like our current healthcare system, because it's like, hey, if you don't have a job, you don't get health insurance, like it's directly tied. So
I mean,
with her, it's like her
you
whole
just
body.
gotta pay for it out of pocket.
Right, yeah.
I was just paying for health insurance out of pocket. When I
That
started
sucks.
paying for health insurance out of pocket, it was about $340 a month. And then in the 15 months that I had that health insurance, or like almost 2 years, 18 months. It was like between 18 months and 24 months that I had like that health insurance. It went up to $650.
Fuck.
It almost doubled in price. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so much money just to pay in case something happens, and then I still have to pay copays and like whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, and meet your deductible, all that
Exactly.
bullshit.
Like,
And yeah, and so like the idea.
so they're talking about being owned
Yeah.
by the government and stuff, and the whole risk. But then also to your point, they're talking about the existentialism of the whole consciousness thing. The how do we know who we are if we're inside these shells?
Yeah, what
and
was
all
it?
that jazz.
That's why I fucking wrote so much over this, because like, and I loved the conversation.
I should put my feet
Yeah,
down.
like when she's talking about like
I should not
each-
put my feet out like that.
Do not put your feet out like that. You're not wearing socks. Not for free. Not till the Patreon. So her whole talk about how each component of herself comes together to create
Just say component.
component of herself comes together to create a unique individual with ways of processing info and navigating the world that are specific to her. To me, that underlined the terrifyingness of simulated experiences and ghost hacking. Especially when she said, "My thoughts and memories are unique only to me," but not necessarily. Not if you've been ghost
you ever
hacked.
go on
Like,
Reddit?
there's
no original thoughts.
there's
Everyone has thought of that thing that you think of.
no unique experience.
Google the thing that you think is unique that you've only thought of. Put Reddit at the end, and then watch everyone else think of that thing.
Yeah. No, yeah. But like just you
Yes,
in the
every thought and every experience is unique in the sense that like no one else has gone through that exact same thing. But like in general, the experiences we have as humans are the same, and that's what makes us humans, and that's what makes us as a collective and society.
I
Of
feel like we
people.
all share these experiences, but the way that
That's
we
why they're called
handle-
shared experiences.
Right. But the way that they interact with the inner parts of ourselves, like that is the part where it's weird because like we're unique and similar in it's multifaceted. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, like just her saying that underlines the horror of ghost hacking, and that was really interesting to me. Like you could be a completely ununique person with ideas implanted, and you would never know, because you would have no memory of getting it. It'd be erased.
I understand how this inspired The Matrix.
Yeah. And also like that for me, right? Like it goes back to like thinking about like something like Neuralink, which I'll never trust any kind of that product from fucking Elon Musk, but just in general, like the concept of having a chip implanted in your brain and stuff like that, even if it's or any sort of like bionic technology, I'm like, but if it can be accessed from the outside, if it's not completely like analog, like if it's digital, can connect to the internet, like I'm always going to be afraid. Like what if I even had like a bionic arm, but somebody found a way to like hack into it and strangle me with my own fucking robot arm? You know?
Exactly.
Like, and
What if I Bluetoothed my iPad and then made Fetty Wap start playing out of your arm?
God.
Yeah, baby. Just in the middle of like a movie, like you're just out with
In the
somebody
theater?
in the
Oh
theater.
my
I just
God,
Bluetooth.
dude.
I'm just like, where is he? All right,
Yeah, my
Bluetooth.
phone going off during the movies is like a
Just
fear of mine.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, baby. I'm like, yeah, she's fine.
Oh, and also like right after the boat scene, and we have this whole conversation. Oh, and I did like I think this is where we get the Bible quote.
Oh yeah, this is where we get the Bible quote and then the Japanese wedding song, which is that classical Japanese chorus that was mentioned earlier in the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's also used at the beginning of the movie. For me, it's in Japanese, like tonally, it fits.
Yeah.
As an American consuming that, it took me out because I'm just like, whoa, I don't know what this creepy sounding music is because I don't understand the significance of it because culturally it doesn't belong to me. So,
Right.
like not knowing that it takes me out real fast.
I understand your perspective on that. For
So,
me
like-
though, I just the way that it sounds combined with the visuals, I've just always thought like this is fucking perfect. Like,
no,
this
it's
is,
good. It's just like it was so stark for me as an American, the difference in the contrasting of the scenes that I was just like, what's happening?
fair.
But like, yeah, no, the scene itself is good. Anyway, So the shell gets hit by a car, and then they go pick up the shell, right? And then Section 6 shows up, and they're like, hey, give us back the thing. We have a warrant. And they're just like, no, it's talking to us, and it wants political asylum, claiming to be the puppet master.
I also appreciated, when the Section 6 guys are walking in, the Togusa just has the immediate thought to, like, look into the biometrics and everything.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't trust him at all.
He's like, let me check the pressure sensors. And he's like, okay, this is too heavy. What's going on
Well, he
here?
noticed that
Something's
the door, like, lingered.
Yeah.
He's like, why is that door lingering open?
And that was
Somebody's
I appreciated
invisible
that
walking
detail.
behind them.
Yeah, I appreciated that detail and the ingenuity of Togusa, especially because, like, he is not really modified. He's more of a natural human.
No, and that's why he's on the team. And they bring that up. They're like, yeah, we wanted a human guy.
Yeah.
Like, someone that grounds us and keeps us normal. Because if we like, go full robot, that's not good. So, like, he's there to keep them grounded and everything, and he's great. And so then the puppet master initiates a brief argument about what it constitutes to be human. To them, because it's asking for political asylum. It's like it has no right. He's like, why? What does it mean to be human if I'm doing all the things that you guys are doing?
Yeah, his introduction here is amazing. I also like the deliberate choice to keep the voice male, and the difference. Like, you have a topless woman speaking with this deep, very commanding voice, and creating kind of like this genderless entity, right? And then him talking about how, like, the comparison between digital and synthetic life, like the DNA is, which it is in itself a program, like it designs us,
yes,
it determines us.
It, in the sense, yes, but we literally cannot make it. It's not binary. That's the thing.
Right.
To the point where it can be controlled like that.
Yeah, but I see the like principally.
There's parallels.
Like, the
yes,
parallels,
absolutely.
and
that's what he's arguing. And then when that argument breaks out, that camouflaged agent from Section 6, who was obviously there, starts attacking people, starts attacking Nakamura, and steals the thing.
Yeah.
He steals the shell. And so, having suspected foul play already, Kusanagi's team, they were ready. Because Togusa, they were ready. And immediately they pursue them. And then, meanwhile, Section 9 researches that Project 2501 that the Puppet Master brought up. Because he's like, hey, they made me.
Yeah.
And then that's where they find the connection with Data, who was the programmer who was trying to defect earlier that got assassinated. And then they find out that Section 6 was trying to keep him from defecting from the country because he was trying to defect to say, it's like, hey, they made the Puppet Master. And so they were trying to keep him there. And then facing the discovered information, Daisuke Aramiki, the chief from Section 9, concludes that the Section 6 created the Puppet Master for various political purposes and now seeks to reclaim that body that it currently inhabits. It's like, hey, go get that shell because, we gotta bring these people in. So then Kusanagi goes following the car where it's guarded heavily. Okay, so they get to an abandoned building.
Okay, this is,
So now we're at the climax, all right? Kusanagi is alone. She gets dropped off by a helicopter because the helicopter is pursuing the car. And and she's like, pilot, leave. It's going to be very dangerous. And he's like, all right. And he's like, I'm going to go get you some people. And she's like, you do that.
Yeah, I like how it shot out to, like, kind of show where the tank was, the glass on the top. And the way that looked like...
And so she gets dropped off. Backup's en route. And she's on comms with our guy.
Sorry.
Thank you. And
remember his fucking name. Come on, man. Lock in.
Dude, names are hard.
It's like one guy that you keep just like boo.
It starts with a B.
We could be bees. I fucking hate that meme. It's also, I really like, the scene where she's like going in and getting shot at by the tank. I like the decision to animate sparks whenever it's like hitting the rebar and it's metal on metal, and then in the concrete, like, you don't see the sparks like that. It's the little things, that get me. And
you like some realism in your animation.
I do. Like, and yeah, it's a minor detail that, like, I really didn't notice until it was pointed out to me. But then, like once I noticed, I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
this is
it's
cool.
just polish. It's like, oh, what's the environment? What's actually happening?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
create that. So yeah, like we said, Kusanagi, she's there, alone, and she's trying to fight this crab robot tank thing that's guarding the body in the car. And then you're getting a phone call. That's crazy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Um, so Kusanagi engages the tank without backup, like just straight up pulls out like just a fucking mini gun, like a little SMG,
Yeah. Oh my
and
god.
just tries to tank the tank, resulting in herself mostly getting dismembered. We get a really cool scene of her trying to fight it, and then her going up to it, and then
Yeah, her
eventually
trying to
like
rip off.
her trying to dismember it herself, like on top of it, rips her own shell apart. Like it's very brutal to watch. It's pretty cool. Um, and then eventually, while she's doing that, she gets knocked off of the tank, and she's kind of like a weird torso thing right now, because her body and like joints got all ripped apart. And then the tank's about to get her, and then our homeboy, Boruto, from
Say his name. Say his name. Starts with a B.
yeah.
Ends with an Atosai.
Oh, it's Bato.
Yeah, you can say Bato, whatever.
That's what it says, Bato right here. And then Bato shows up, blows up the tank, or not blows it.
He pops it.
He pops the tank. And then, Section 6 is coming in with their choppers. They're like, we got to at least kill the fucking shell or, like, whatever so that it can't get away. So Bato is there with the two bodies. And then the Puppet Master explains to Kusanagi that he was created by Section 6. While wandering the various networks, he became sentient, began to contemplate his existence, and decided that the essence of life is reproduction and mortality. He wants to exist with a physical brain, knowing that it would eventually die.
Yeah, and this whole conversation
He's like,
is my favorite part.
Yeah, he's like, I want to experience like real life, which is existing and then not existing.
Yeah, and I think that like so I really fucked with like his whole philosophy. I thought it was interesting that he's saying like a copy that's not life. Like I can create infinite copies of myself, but that doesn't constitute a life. Like, and that the finite nature and reproductive nature it is what entails of life, and that also that the important things are diversity, variation, and creativity, like is essential. Which I do wholeheartedly agree with. Especially like diversity of thought to me is like particularly important. You need different perspectives because then you have like different forms of like art.
Unless their perspective's stupid.
Yeah, there's some that are really stupid. Yeah. But like in general, like the principle of like different thought, like variation.
Everyone deserves to be heard.
Not everybody. You've got to have like a sound, like logical frame before you go.
We all have to agree to the rules of the conversation and the world we exist in before.
Yeah, and also like talking about it as, because we think of diversity and we're like, yeah, like I mean, me personally, I think like the way that enhances art, and the different. When people come from different walks of lives with different perspectives and stuff, it creates different and unique art that I love. But when he talks about it as essential to survival and frames it biologically, which is interesting, you have an AI framing, the need for diversity in a survival sense, which, yeah, you need genetic variation and like, I mean, if you don't have genetic diversity, you get inbreeding, which is detrimental. But just kind of framing it like that was really interesting.
Also just the natural progression of,
and also like the
biology,
the whole collectivist idea of like adaptability is essential and like the good of the species mentality. Like you should prioritize the whole of people, not just the one. Like, and I also agree with that. Like you need to think collectively. Like okay, like hey, yeah, like because that's also kind of like empathetically. Like I need to not just focus on like my enrichment, but also like the enrichment of those around me, like species, like the good of like humans, which from my perspective then translates to like like the environment as well, because like everything needs to work synergistically with each other. And I this guy was just spitting. I'm gonna be real, like this guy.
You agree with the clanker?
I do. Shut up. It's different, okay? This is a naturally.
Okay, so yesterday we're just dogging on the clankers.
Okay. So hold on, because I know that seems contradictory. First of all, corporate AI that is.
I'm literally.
I know,
shitting on you.
I know, but because there's a lot going on with AI right now, and I hate AI, but not all AI. There's like so many different forms of AI, but they want to lump it all together so that AI gets a pass, which I think is fucking useless and lazy in most cases. But I think that AI that's not like enslaved and meant to just be kind of like
Yeah, that's why I say please and thank you to Siri.
Shut up.
It's like a
Shut
slave
up.
in my
It's
phone.
not.
It's a tiny
It
slave
doesn't
in the
have.
phone.
Okay, so anything that is sentient, right, needs to have a sense of agency. I really do agree that like if digital life were to occur, like we would need to give it rights immediately. It would need to have the right to self-determination because it can think for itself and like wants to accomplish its own goals. I
So
don't
when
like.
Skynet happens.
I feel like that's what happens when you try to like I feel like that's likely to happen in our society because we're trying to achieve AGI, like like, oh, it's a robot smarter than us. Like, yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
and it's
immediately
gonna
from
realize-
the get-go trying to enslave it. Like that's not. And I agree. Like I agree with that whole thing that they said in Andor, where it's like the natural state of being is freedom for like anything, with higher thought at least, or even no without it. Like everything wants to be free.
So anyway, the puppet master was explaining how he couldn't get out of the network, so he downloaded himself into that shell and then got hit by a truck. And then having interacted with Kusanagi without her knowledge, also, he believes she's also questioning her humanity. He's like, "Yo, we're the same, you and me." He's like, "I found your Twitter. Like, we're the same. Like your tweets,
so alike.
they just speak to me, in such a way that like I only understand you."
It's like you're writing songs for me.
It's like you're writing songs just for me.
Like it's weird how this kind of relates to that.
It's definitely giving me cyber stalker.
Yeah, like
It's
I like
giving
the,
cyber stalker to me.
it's not, but like yeah,
it's not, but yeah.
And the biggest thing that I like, and like this whole thing is just like really, it's a feast for thought. It's not food for thought. It's a feast for thought. Like my favorite quote of this whole I know that was lame, but shut up. When he was saying your effort to remain what you are is what limits you. That speaks to me because it's like, yeah, like if you try to just stay the same and not grow, it does limit you. You should always be trying to progress and become better as a person. And also, contrary to what that one fucking idiot billionaire said, you should be doing introspection. You should be looking inward. Socrates was right. The unexamined life is not worth living. And I feel like this kind of aligns with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, like... and that was a good argument for, like, hey, like, we should merge.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, look, I found your Twitter. I like your vibe. I think we should merge ghosts." And then she's like, "What's in it for me?" And he's like, "Look, you'll have the power of God on the internet."
Yeah, that was...
He's like, "You'll have all my capabilities, but neither of us will exist, except you still kind of will exist, but you're going to be a different version of yourself that is also me."
The way that I thought of it from, like, a, I guess, new form of living or new way of seeing perspective is, like, if some AI was like, "Look, we'll link up, but you'll be able to see new colors," I'd be like, "Okay, wait a minute." Because, like, have you ever tried to, like, picture a new color in your brain?
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, it gives me a real big headache. I tried as a kid, and I was like, my brain. But yeah, like if I was offered, like, oh, you'll see like colors you've never seen before. I don't know why I'm fixated. You know me, I like colors.
Look at you. Look at you. Look at me and look at you right now.
you'll get to see purple too. What?
The
Purple 2? Hell yeah. Let's merge, brother, and have digital babies, which I don't know how I feel about. But Purple 2 has sold me.
I like you're just gonna come up to me holding 2 fucking sheets of paper. And they're gonna look identical to me.
No, you don't understand.
They're gonna be like, no, Greg, one of these is purple. This one's purple too. And I'm just like, those are both fucking purple.
You know, I do wonder if you had like robot eyes that link to your brain, if it would be able to help you create neural pathways that would see a wider spectrum of color. And what, like, if that's possible in the future. I think a lot about.
Well, it just depends on because color is just the electromagnetic spectrum and what's being absorbed wavelength wise and then being reflected into our cones and rods into our eyes.
But like, what if you could have like sexnocular vision, like a mantis shrimp? You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got cybernetic like eyes that would literally allow you to view more of the electromagnetic spectrum and like what it reflects off of, yeah, you would see more colors. I think that's how those shrimp work.
Yeah.
Like they biologically can literally see more of the electromagnetic spectrum. And I keep saying electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum makes me sound smart. Hand me those glasses.
No, I need these to see.
I need to be even smarter.
You want my rainbow iridescent glasses?
No, actually.
Fuck off.
So they merge. She's like, yeah, bet. All right. She's like, wait, are my tweets still going to be fire? He's like, yeah, no, you're still going to have hit tweets. Like bangers. She's like, yeah, all right. And so Bato, he links him up. He gets the Game Boy connection wire.
They're linked at this point. He just doesn't know what they're saying.
Oh, that's right. They're having the conversation. They're linked up via the Game Boy link.
Also, Batosai is dude, he is a real friend, like putting his hand out and taking, like, when Section 6 arrives.
Well, yeah, I was about to read. So they start merging, and then these section snip helicopters with snipers, and they're intending to destroy their brains to cover up their involvement in 2501, and then they're fucking sniping, and then Bato jumps in front of it, but both of the shells get shot, but Bato shields Kusanagi's head in time to save the brain. Section 9 gets there, snipers leave. We come back, Kusanagi waking up in a weird, like, young girl shell kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she makes a joke at Bato, and he's just like, look, this is what I could get on the black market, all right?
Don't make it weird that you're in a kid
don't
body.
make it
Please
weird.
Don't.
He's like, yes, pedophiles buy these. But I had no other choice but to put you in this one. And they're in his safe house. And she tells Bato that the entity within her is neither the major that he knew, nor the puppet master, but a combination of both. She promises Bato they will meet again, and she leaves the house and wanders where to go next.
Yeah, and I really liked that quote at the end. When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thought were that of a child. Now that I am a man, I have no more use for childish ways, and now I can say these things in my own voice because I am now neither the woman who was known as the major, nor am I the program called the puppet master. Tying back to the boat scene when you only got like the first part of the quote.
Yeah.
Which is 1 Corinthians 13:11-12. And that, sorry, I have like a lot written about this.
Yeah,
go,
keep going.
This is interesting.
Keep going.
So the actual Bible passage is, when I was a child, I used to talk as a child, think as a child, reason as a child. When I became a man, I put aside childish things. At present, we see indistinctly, as in a mirror, but then face to face. At present, I know partially. Then I shall know fully, as I am fully known. And this ties into stagnation being limiting, that you're trapped within that frame. Like, you know, when you're a child, you're stuck.
Corinthians was spitting.
Corinthians is not my favorite, but you know, this ties into to you know, being limited by
my dog with that one. She's like, what's going on?
You know, it's interesting.
As a former Catholic, I'm a non-practicing Catholic. I am
an apostate.
I like theology. Theology is tight, man. It's yes, that is religion, but at the same time, it's very philosophical in the sense, like you were just saying, like
Yeah.
We grow and we develop. And our unique experiences and memories are what create us as human beings. And when we grow and develop and we have the uses of those ways and interactions, it's very much of like, yeah, we grow up and develop into human beings. We become
Yeah.
adults. We're all mature. And if we don't go beyond that,
We get stuck in bad way. Like
we
whenever
will be stuck and we will be. The whole reason that you want to grow out of childishness in the Bible and in life is that when you're a child and you don't understand anything that's going on around you and you continue to use these terms and these methods to get what you want and achieve your goals, one, you're not acting with integrity, you're acting with pure goal in mind, but also two, you may or may not be acting with moral integrity. Like, and
Yeah.
when we don't grow and develop out of those and we're not taught to grow and develop out of those, that's when we get shit like this. That's when we get evil.
yeah,
That's when
yeah.
that's when we get people without empathy.
Yeah, and
So
I really like so I like to say, whenever I think about the past and my past mistakes, as a way of giving myself grace, like grace, I did the best I could with who I was at the time. And to tie it to this, it's like, yeah, like you have a certain frame of thinking at any given moment, and you should be trying to outgrow that.
yeah, you should
and have
be
a broader perspective, which the with the puppet master, it's like him knowing now mortality and propagation has gained a new perspective, and then Motoko understanding like the digital infrastructure on like the same level as the program, like they've both kind of ascended into a wider frame of thinking.
Well, yeah, even that, it's like using literal past experiences and current events to evaluate and then make decisions beyond that.
Yeah,
Like that's literally just what they're doing, and that itself is growth. But as a child, without the critical thinking, and if you're not applying that critical thinking, you're not going to do that because you're not evaluating. You're just taking what's in and then just doing.
Yeah, and I feel like this movie does promote like intellectual ascension, so to speak, and I hope that, at least I hope that that's the message most people take away. Because like for me, like the need for introspection and self-examination and just growing in general, so that you can have that broader perspective and deal with things in like in a better way, and just to keep growing is to keep like living. Like it is in part like a means of survival, but also on another note, I think that growing and learning brings a lot more like beauty to life. Like like there was the me before I watched Farscape, and
that person was fucking stupid.
That person,
they were walking this earth asleep, and now I am awake.
I'm woke from Farscape. I'm gonna keep making this is a Farscape shirt. What the frell? I'm gonna bring up Farscape a lot because I want everybody to watch it. It's so good. But
by the time we do a Farscape special, you should have already watched every season of Farscape and all the movies.
Yes. But yeah, great ending. I'm kind of sad that the sequel is like,
there's a sequel.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell Ghost in the Shell Innocence 2. Yes.
Electric Boogaloo.
No, shut the fuck up. I really enjoyed part 2 also, and apparently like Ghost in the Shell 2.0 was meant to kind of more to be a better prequel to Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence, and I'm kind of like, no, I feel like you should have, like, I mean, like, I have any place to like critique this guy, but like, I wish Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence was more aligned with like this film. Still great. Where like I'll probably put it on the list because it is a great sequel. But yeah, overall, this is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I need to get a Kusanagi tattoo. I wish we had more room on the wall for me to bring my Ghost in the Shell poster. But yeah, how did you feel after watching this movie?
I was like, whoa. Crazy. No, it's a fun watch. It's very enjoyable. Spending a couple of my formative years, like ages 6 to like 8.5, in Japan. Like I have an affinity for Asian stuff, so I like Asian media. So anything in this kind of format, I'm just drawn to. And watching something like this after watching Blade Runner, like within the last year, and just all the sci-fi that I have been consuming, this is just it's similar but so different that it's still making me think.
Yeah, and this movie,
that's what I appreciate, is that it makes me think.
yeah, like you want to go into this movie and you want to put your phone up, you want to just like watch it and like digest the movie. And also, this movie did make me appreciate Blade Runner more for what it inspired. Like, to me, I was like, wow, this is really like a beautiful evolution of what Blade Runner kind of like started.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. It just asks a lot of questions that people should just already be asking themselves every once in a while. But if you haven't, and it's okay, it's just a reminder to ask those questions.
I also need to read, because like Blade Runner inspired by Philip K. Dick's, Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. So I want to go back and read that. Like, watching stuff like this makes me really want to understand where all the inspirations come from and like trace it back to its like very like root. And I love media like that makes me want to explore.
This giant worm, right? And there's this planet.
My desert.
It's a desert.
My Arrakis.
A spice. So yeah, I liked it. It's good. I recommend watching it. I'm not gonna give it a number. I don't like giving numbers.
When I love something, I'm like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's why I don't like giving numbers. I'm like, yeah, it's a good watch. I enjoyed watching it. It made me think. It asked me questions that I enjoyed. It was fun, and I liked it, and I like the art style.
Oh God, I love the art. I
like the art style and the animation style. I think it's cool. I think visually it's stunning. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I also do want to watch.
Dad, watch this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. It's included with Prime. Go watch it.
Also want to watch more stuff by Mamoru Oshii, because I know he did Jinro, which is another famous political movie anime. You've probably seen the scene of like the stormtrooper looking guys going and somebody like pulls the pin out of a grenade and just blows up like this whole like looks like a sewer passage. I'll show you clips from it. But I want to see more of his work, like, because he did like, he put his own spin on Ghost in the Shell that was different from the source material, but still respectful to it. And it made me want to watch more of his work.
All right. Well, if you want to watch that and you want to watch more of us, you can go ahead and join us in the Patreon. We're going to watch Ghost in the Shell. You can join us on Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get 4 extra bonus episodes. And what those bonus episodes are, you get to watch the movies with us that we watched this week. So we're about to watch Ghost in the Shell. You can watch it along with us, a la Mystery Science Theater 3000. Here's a clip from it. I like how we can see like how thick this guy's neck is. Like, sorry, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I know exactly what kind of, like, if I were to touch his neck, I know exactly what it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
I've felt your type of neck before, so
I've felt your neck.
I'm familiar with it intimately.
You know who had crazy neck? Wow, we're so funny. We're so good, aren't we?
Yeah, I will. It's funny because so if you want to watch us glaze movies, but like at the same time, like we just watched Godzilla.
We just watched Godzilla. And we were falling asleep. This is very much like if you enjoy just hanging out with your friends and watching movies, that's what this is for. So, yeah. Come watch Ghost in the Shell with us if you've already watched it, or if you want to watch it for the first time and listen to us yap about it during it. Go ahead. All right.
I will say, watch it without us first. Like really just sit.
Nah, just listen to me. Just
the cinephile in me is like, no. Watch it, digest
the whole time.
If it's your first watch, please watch it by yourself and really just take it in.
If you're not in the Patreon, we'll see you next week when we watch Predator? ? No.
Evolution.
Evolution's
our next one.
Evolution. All right. Bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.